Imagine after the role play. So you wanted to get a discussion with your team on what has happened, reviewing the whole scenario. What do? Now comment down below on normally how do you face this kind of situation. By the way, this is Daryl Tan, researcher, retail psychologist here, and welcome to the Retail Sales Academia. Now in today's show, we're going to talk about how do you do a review with your team, especially after an activity, whether is it a role play, whether is it after a training activity, or maybe even after the meeting. Okay, so what happened? The story goes like this. I just had this role play scenario with one of the team members, and I have the supervisor to actually do a little revision or review on what exactly happened in the whole scenario. And it turns out to be that the person, not the first time doing these reviews, but has hard words to, it's hard to actually speak up on what went well and so on. So I thought of that maybe I should do this simple video to share anyone who wants a guidance on how they do the review. By the way, like I said, different people may have different ways on doing reviews. So comment down below on how do you usually review after the scenario. So for my way, I will actually have 3 steps that is very useful, especially in any kind of review. Okay, so ready? Here it goes. The first one is, what went well? Yes, it is important to understand on what has the person done well. Now remember, it is all about being sincere and appreciative because we are trying to let the person feel that they did well and we want them to continue. We don't want to just sound as if like we are trying to sugarcoat, but this is not the way how it goes. We're trying to let them know that these are really good characteristics, so they should continue on that part. Number 2, what can be done better? Yes, now if you take note, I did not say what went wrong, but rather what can be done better. It can be viewed in a few ways, and yes, there are cases where staff, they may need some improvement. This is the part where they start to share their point of view, or maybe the person in charge start to share the point of view. But rather, if you find that there are other ways that can be done better, okay, coming back to the first question, what went well is a great thing. Okay, but if you find there are better ways to overcome the particular, for example, objections, so you can also put into this part, what can be done better? Right? So it doesn't mean there has to be something that's negative, but rather than what can be done even better, as the question says. And last one is a very important one. What did you learn? Now the thing is that we understand the same scenario. Different people may have different opinion, and sometimes we may learn different things, especially in a training activity. So as a trainer, I do run a lot of training activities, and sometimes even though the same group, they learn totally different. And I think it's fair because different people comes from different background, different beliefs, different values. This will actually add a lot of value throughout the whole team. Now I understand there are some people, they may say that, hey, but isn't that important? We should standardize on what they should be learning. At least we can keep the objective. Well, I would say coming back to what is your objective of doing the training. Right? But the way I do things is that I still prefer people to reflect on what exactly they have learned, or what can be done better, or what went well. That way they'll feel more appreciated as a person. You see, it is important to understand that we're all adults, or at least if we're in the working world, we're all adults. It is important to treat people as an adult rather than thinking them as a 3 or 4-year-old kid. Yes, you may say a lot of things, sometimes culture kicks in, but my way of working is that so far I've been doing this for over 10 years and it worked out pretty well. I try to help people to think by themselves. They give the answers, they are more appreciative because I respect them as their own learning ability as an adult, and most importantly, I respect their opinion. So that's all for today, and if you like this video, click the like button and subscribe for more videos for here to come. So I'll see you until then. Let's ring the tail.